Okay, so if you're watching this video, you're probably wondering if it is a good time to sell a house in the Lower Mainland, or perhaps you're looking to buy a property in the Lower Mainland. In this video, you will learn exactly what is going on in the real estate market right now so you can make the best real estate decision for you and your family. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, what's going on? Mark Parsons here with eXp Realty, deep in the heart of Greater Vancouver. And if you're someone that is interested in learning everything Vancouver, Canada, eating, working, playing, culture, real estate market, really anything, make sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell right next to that so you get notified every time we upload a brand new video about Vancouver and the surrounding areas here on the channel. Honestly, we get dozens and dozens of people reaching out about moving to or relocating to Vancouver or buying and selling within the Greater Vancouver area, and we absolutely love it. It's what we do on a daily basis. So if you're looking to move, relocate, or you just want to come and hang out here, make sure to reach out. I'll leave some links in the description as well as our contact info and a link to book a Zoom call at a time of your convenience if that's of your preference. Just know that we have your back. We want to take care of you, but if you do not reach out, we can't help you. So let's jump into the video. Is it a good time to sell a house in the Lower Mainland? Hey guys, Mark Parsons here with eXp Realty. In this video, I'm going to go over the real estate market update for what happened in January of 2021. Now, the first graph that we're looking at, we're going to go through 5 slides, and you're going to have an incredible idea of what's going on in the detached market, the attached market, where prices are at year over year. Are we in buyers or sellers market? The first one we're looking at here is very important to give us perspective of what is going on right now and why things are so crazy as they are. So what we're looking at in the blue is total sales versus inventory in the orange there. Now this is for all of BC, but it's very important for us to understand what's going on right now. In January of 2021, we had the largest number of sales ever recorded on record for the month of January, and we had the lowest inventory recorded since the year 2000. So if you combine the highest sales ever on record for the month of January versus the lowest inventory in 20 years for the month of January, this is why we're in such an unsustainable seller's market. Sellers have an unsustainable advantage right now. And so this is what we're looking at here. We've got sales at the highest we've ever seen them for the month of January, and inventory the lowest we have seen in 20 years for January. The market is pretty much upside down here. You can't see it like this any time in the last 5 years. Back in 2016 here, 2015, 2016 was the chaos that we had leading up to the foreign buyer tax being implemented. This is exactly where the foreign buyer tax happened, and you see sales plummeted. This is where around the coronavirus was first announced, sales plummeted. But guys, just to give you an idea, prices, they may have had an initial drop here, but prices were going up when the market was like this. Prices were even going up as the market was separating, like here, moving into a more balanced market. It didn't even so much as get into a buyer's market. And then this is where prices were heading down, like the later part of 2018 and then the good portion of 2019. This is where we saw prices drop, but you can see the market has completely flipped upside down. And this is why we're seeing such pressure on prices, and we're going to get right into that now. So what we're looking at here is detached homes month over month. This is measuring the absorption rate, similar to what we were just looking at on the last slide, except this is city by city across the Lower Mainland. Last one was all of BC. So when we're looking at the absorption rate, it measures how quickly properties are taken off the market through successful sales. If it is 20% or above, meaning if there's 100 properties on the market and 20 were sold that month, that means there's 5 months of inventory on the market. Anything over 20% or less than 5 months of inventory is considered a seller's market. If it remains in a seller's market for a sustained period of time, it will put pressure up on prices. Now, the pressure that we're seeing here is quite quite unheard of, and we're watching, you know, major over asking bids go right now. But so if the absorption rate is between 12 and 20%, that is when we are looking at a balanced market, which we have in the yellow here, sellers in the red, balanced in the yellow, and below 12%. So a balanced market between 12 and 20% is typically about 5 to 8 months of inventory. That's considered balanced. And then a buyer's market is anything from 8 to 10 months or over of inventory. It varies based on different people's calculations, but so that's what we're looking at here. So we're looking at detached properties right now. Everything in the red is a seller's market, and you can see the ones that aren't in the seller's market are actually the most expensive markets in the Lower Mainland. You've got West Vancouver that's actually still in a buyer's market. These are the most expensive properties in the Lower Mainland, so it's only natural that they're going to have less demand in the fact that there's just substantially less people that have the bank accounts or the financing ability to purchase those type of properties. Then we have west side of Vancouver here at 17%, so it's in a balanced market, and also Richmond at 17%. Now, if we get out further into the suburbs here, I mean, we've got Port Coquitlam at an absorption rate of 70%. Guys, these numbers are not sustainable. Pitt Meadows at 60%. Maple Ridge at 62%. Mission at 61%. Remember, guys, anything over 20% is considered a seller's market. So some of these are triple above that would be. You got Abbotsford at 75%. Cloverdale at 82%. But across the board here, guys, it's seller's market. Now, if you want to know specific, this is still even general. The video would be too long if I hopped into every sub area of every city, but every city has about 10 to 20 sub areas, which also are their own markets. Some will be much hotter pockets than others. So, you know, for instance, I believe Coquitlam has 23 different sub areas, and some are much cooler and some are much hotter. And then it also depends on price bracket. That's a different market as well. Some price brackets will be very, very hot and others not so much. And then same with property types. Right now, we're seeing the most detached homes and townhomes as well. And condos aren't as active as a market at this point, but don't get me wrong, we're comparing to major sellers markets. So condos are still in sellers markets, and we'll get right into that here. So the next one we're looking at is annual variances. So this we're looking month to month for detached homes. Are we in a buyer's market, balanced market, or seller's market? It's pretty much all sellers markets and some very strong sellers market. I mean, New Westminster at 58%. East Van is at 35% and Burnaby's at 28%. Those are still a firm seller's market. I mean, above 30% is very active. And then we come to annual variances in price. So now we're looking at the same map of detached homes. Where are prices up? Where are prices down? And only Richmond registered its prices down if we compare from 1 year ago, and it says down 1% there. So in reality, prices were down much more than that, and it's swinging back up because prices over the course of the end of 2018, all of 2019, were probably down at least 10%. Prices are going back up, and now it's only down 1% there. But if we look where prices are up, Port Moody is showing prices up 27%. Now, you do want to take this with a grain of salt, guys, because Port Moody does have some pockets of very high-end expensive properties up in Anmore and around there. And if you have, a bunch of those that happen to sell, it can put the numbers out of whack a little bit. But let's keep going. I mean, Port Coquitlam up 37% year over year. Again, if there are more higher end properties that can pull that up, but even if that number was substantially less than that, these are huge numbers. Surrey up 23%, South Surrey up 26%, Abbotsford 17%, Cloverdale up 14%. This is prices for detached home, guys. These are massive increases for year over year. Maple Ridge up 21%, Mission up 22%. Burnaby 15%, and guys, within these neighborhoods, Within these neighborhoods, some areas will be pulling it up more, meaning they'll even be higher than the averages, and some will be below. Tawasin up 34%, North Delta up 18%. Like these numbers are representing this madness that is happening right now. It's really putting pressure on prices. Like I said, sellers have an unsustainable advantage right now. We're coming off of a month that matched the highest on record sales and the lowest in 20 years inventory. And this is what happened. So next we'll get into attached properties, guys. Now, this is condos and townhomes combined. So it does muddy the waters a little bit because townhomes have been much more active than condos just in the recent months. But let's get into it anyway. Right now we're looking again at monthly variances. This is where we're looking at the absorption rate. Is it a buyer's market, a balanced market, or a seller's market? Anything above 20% or 5 months or less of inventory is a seller's market. Overall, for all of BC in January, and that's all of BC, there were less than 3 months of inventory as a whole on an average, which is puts so much pressure on buyers. But now we're speaking more specifically around the Lower Mainland. Anything in the yellow is between 12 and 20%, maybe 5 to 10 months of inventory or 5 to 8 months of inventory. And anything in the green, which obviously you see there is no green, is a buyer's market. And that would be 10 plus months of inventory on the market. So now let's look at some of these absorption rates. Anything over 20% is considered a seller's market. Coquitlam's at 49%, Port Moody at 46%. Downtown Vancouver at 23%, and Westside Vancouver over here at 22%, Richmond at 24%. So those are less hectic markets. The higher price markets aren't feeling the pressure as much. The money is moving out east or across the river right now. With coronavirus, people working at home, we're seeing it not only through property prices and property demand, we're also being able to witness the same thing through vacancy rates. For the first time in a very long time, vacancy rates have gone down in some of these primary, more expensive markets. Vacancy rates have gone up there, and they're going down as people move out. People, if they're spending more time at home, they're looking for more space for their money. There's less value in downtown if there's no nightlife, if there's no restaurants, or it's muted. You know what I mean? Like that's what people are come to the central business district for. It's going to be access to your work if you're working down there. Many people working from home, or access to the action. Now, of course, we have the ocean as well, which people love that. But I mean, access to the action, restaurants, activity, nightclubs, things like that. And as those are just becoming less and less used, that demand is dimming, it's dampening. So anyway, looking at across the board here, Langley 44% absorption rate, Surrey 42, 37, New West 30. That guys, these numbers are it's a very strong seller's market, not quite as much as the detached market, but it's very close behind it. And the truth is, if we separate it between townhomes and condos, we would see townhomes are much closer to what the detached look like, and condos would be a little bit behind. But this is normal. If we looked at 2015-16, that's when we saw detached homes go crazy, and then 2016-2017 was when we saw townhomes and condos follow that same wave. So I don't see it being any different with what we're looking at here. And again, guys, if you are, out in any of these areas, maybe you're in South Surrey or you're in Maple Ridge or you're in Burnaby, and you want to know, hang on, what areas are the hot pockets or the buying opportunities, meaning, the less hot areas, or what price brackets are moving, or what property types are moving, just reach out to me. Do not hesitate. I can't help you if you don't reach out. All my info will be below, and we can get deeper. But if I went into every sub area of every place, this video would be 3 hours long, and I try to keep it fast. So the next one we're looking at, again, now we're looking at annual variances and prices for attached properties. So again, guys, it's condos and townhomes together. January 21 versus January 20th, and anything in the red is registering prices are down year over year, and anything in the green is registering prices are up year over year. And again, guys, so we've got West Vancouver down 5%, downtown Vancouver down 5%, Richmond down 4%, Tawasin down 5%, North Delta down 6%, so Pitt Meadows down 1%. So the point that I'm getting at here, guys, is prices dropped a lot more than what we're showing on the radar here during the end of 2018 and 2019. So this is showing things are, the pressure is coming back, and then the rest of the market year over year prices are up, and it varies. I mean, Coquitlam, and this is again, guys, for condos and townhomes. Coquitlam 10%, Mission 5%. Maple Ridge 17%, Cloverdale 13%. I'm not going to go through them all, but I want to let you know that there is a mix in different areas. Langley 7%, Abbotsford at 28%, South Surrey at 14%, New West at 3%, East Van at 4%. Typically, we're seeing larger ones out here, but it does vary from place to place. Ladner up 11% to Wassondale 5%. So guys, you really, if you are thinking of buying or selling, you really need someone who can even dig deeper into the numbers of what I'm showing you here. So don't hesitate to call, text, email. You can book a live Zoom call as well, where we can dive into your specific area, because it does require the next level of looking into it. We went BC, we went Lower Mainland. If you're actually thinking of buying or selling, it's got to go one level deeper into your neighborhood, into your property type, into your price bracket, to really see what's truly going on for whatever it is you're trying to buy or whatever it is you're trying to sell. So that's it for the looking back at January 2021 real estate market update. The market is upside down right now. Sellers have an unsustainable advantage. If I can help out in any way, guys, don't hesitate to reach out. I can't help you if you don't reach out. My contact info is below. Bye for now. Okay guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. Is it a good time to sell a house in the Lower Mainland? The answer is yes. For the moment, sellers have an unsustainable advantage. For buyers, I know it is tough out there, but be persistent. Those who are buying now will certainly have a property that is worth more in a year from now. If you are somebody that is looking to move, relocate, or really just want to hang out with us here in Vancouver, I'm going to go ahead and leave all of our contact information in the description below, as well as a link to book a Zoom call at a time of your convenience. Send us an email, shoot us a text, give us a call, because if you're moving here to Vancouver or relocating within the Greater Vancouver Area, we have your back, we have you covered, and we absolutely love doing it. It's what we do every single day, and it's what we're good at. And if you don't reach out, we can't help, so don't hesitate. So with all that being said, my name is Mark Parsons with eXp Realty. I'm from the Greater Vancouver Area, so if you have any questions at all, let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you on the next video.